There's a quiet moment that changes everything. Not loud, not dramatic, not explosive, just quiet. It's the moment you stop making excuses for people. The moment you stop saying, they didn't mean it, they're just stressed. It's not a big deal. And instead, you feel something different. Clarity. At first, you ignore it, because clarity is uncomfortable. It forces you to see what you've been tolerating, the disrespect disguised as jokes, the inconsistency disguised as busy, the emotional distance disguised as independence. You saw it before, you just didn't want to accept it. Because accepting it means you have to change something. You were patient, you were understanding, you were forgiving, over and over again. You gave second chances, third chances, silent chances. You lowered your expectations so you wouldn't lose people. You convinced yourself that asking for more was selfish. But it wasn't selfish. It was self-respect. The moment you realize you deserve better isn't about ego. It's about exhaustion. You get tired of feeling small, tired of feeling optional, tired of explaining why something hurt. You notice the pattern. You're always the one adjusting, always the one compromising, always the one reaching out first. And one day, you stop. Not to test them, not to play games, but because you're tired. And when you stop reaching, you see the truth. Some people only show up when you carry the connection. That realization hurts. But it also frees you. You start noticing how you shrink yourself, how you speak softer, how you hide opinions, how you pretend something doesn't bother you, just to keep peace, just to avoid conflict, just to stay wanted. But peace that costs your identity isn't peace. It's self-abandonment. And then comes the shift. It's subtle. You don't announce it. You don't post about it. You don't argue about it. You just decide internally, I deserve better than this. Better communication, better effort, better respect, better energy. Not perfection, just reciprocity. The powerful part, when you truly realize you deserve better, you stop begging for it. You stop explaining your worth. You stop convincing people to treat you right, because you understand something deeper. If they wanted to, they would. And if they don't, you don't force it anymore. That's when your energy changes. You become calmer, quieter, less reactive, because you're no longer fighting to be valued. You're observing and choosing. Some people will say you changed. They'll say you're distant, colder, different. But what really changed is your tolerance. You stopped accepting what once felt normal. You stopped romanticizing inconsistency. You stopped confusing attachment with love. The moment you realize you deserve better is the moment you stop chasing closure. You stop needing explanations. You stop needing validation. You understand that not everyone is meant to stay. And not everyone deserves access to you. It's not bitterness, it's maturity. It's understanding that your time, your emotional energy, your presence are valuable. And anything valuable shouldn't be handed out to those who treat it casually. You start walking away without dramatic exits, without long paragraphs, without emotional speeches. You just detach. And detachment isn't cruelty. It's self-protection. You begin choosing environments that feel safe, conversations that feel mutual, connections that don't feel forced. And suddenly, life feels lighter, because you're no longer carrying people who weren't carrying you. The moment you realize you deserve better is the moment you stop settling, not because you think you're superior, but because you finally see your value. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You won't beg again. You won't shrink again. You won't over-explain again. Because now you understand. The right people won't require you to convince them of your worth. And that quiet realization, that's growth. That's power. That's self-respect being born. You don't need more attention. You need better alignment. You don't need more people. You need the right ones. And you don't need to chase. What's meant for you won't require you to lower yourself to keep it. The moment you realize you deserve better is the moment your life actually changes. Not because others change, but because you do.